to the second video from Own Your Authenticity with Ashley Renee. So this video is going to be about my 2021 vision board. I told you in the last video that we're all about being strategic this year. We're not playing games this year. We did not come to play. We didn't come to fool around. We didn't come to mope about 2020. We're moving full speed ahead, right? So in this video, I'm going to go through my goals, my visions, my affirmations, and basically what each of them mean to me. All right, here goes. So it starts off, it says, hello gorgeous. This, I always put the year simply because for me, my birthday is in January. So my birthday is in 19 days. And so this is going to be my 20th birthday. So I always kind of start the year off with looking at the year ahead. What year is it going to be for me? What is it going to mean for me? So this, my 28th year, I want to dream big. This is the next chapter for me. I'm dreaming big. This is going to be a time for change. And I got this. So own you, because I want to own me. I want to be true to me. I want to own my authenticity. It wouldn't make no sense any other way, right? So when I put this here, I was gonna say be, but I'm like, but I really want to own my true self. Who is Ashley Renee? What does she mean? Be unapologetic for it. Right? And I wanted all those things, like whatever I embody, whatever I choose to embody, whoever I choose to be, what I choose to create, what I choose to say yes to, I want that to be true to myself. I don't want, whichever way the wind blows, that's the way I'm going. So I want to own me. So I'm going to start there and come over here because that's kind of the way I did it. So the brand, which is Own Your Authenticity. The vision I have for the brand has to do with empowering women. So here it says Black Women Rising, and that's important to me because most of my friends, most of my family members, if not all of them, are Black, right? And initially when I sought to put it on the board, I was a little skeptical, and I was like, then again, one, this board is for me. Two, whoever sees it and is upset about it, that's on them. Three, it means a lot to me because I want to see my sisters, I want to see the women around me thrive. I want them to operate in confidence. I don't want them to be out here like, I don't know if I could do this because and I don't have the following. And it's funny because 2 days ago I had a conversation with a very good friend of mine, and she was talking about wanting to start something, and then she immediately goes, well, I don't know if I have the following. I don't know if people like, what am I going to talk about? I don't even have the topics. And I looked at her and I smiled, and she's like, what? And I was like, I'm going to just let you finish. And she was like, okay. And when she was done, I said to her, I said, so what? When I started my blog, I didn't have all the posts. I didn't even have a post to begin with. Let's talk about that for a little bit. Like, I legit paid for the website and everything, pulled out the credit card, with no blog posts, no topics, nothing. Like, I legit, just went full speed ahead with no plan. And which is a part of the reason why I'm being strategic this year, because as much as the topics came and as much as I finished the year strong, this year I want to do more. So I have to be strategic, right? But saying all that to say, I want my sisters to thrive. I want to see them win in every single way possible. I don't want them to be out here like, I don't think I can because, and I don't have. God gave you the vision, he will give you the provision. Patrice Cunningham Washington, Redefining Wealth podcast. Go check it out. You won't regret it. Anyway, so connections. Speaking of connections, so I'm taking a course called Purpose the Platform, and it's just about basically getting your purpose aligned, like figuring out what your purpose is, figuring out your calling, your talents, your gifts, how to use them. What does that mean to you? What is God calling you to do? And within the group, there are 120 something women, and trust me when I say the love is overwhelming. It is endearing. It is just everything you would want to be surrounded by, right? And so I feel like at the end of this 12 weeks, I should have more connection and more sisters than I ever had before. And not to say there's something wrong with my friends, there's nothing wrong with them, but it's a good feeling when you can connect with other people from different backgrounds, different ages, different walks of life, right? And you can, you know, whatever it is that you plan to do with life, at least you can call on at least one person, you know, outside of your friend group and say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I have in mind. This is, I thought of you because of X, Y, and Z. And, you know, like, I want that. So connections is really important. Going back to connections, there are 4 words that I saw. So one of my friends posted on Instagram in November, and it was basically like a word puzzle thing that says like first 4 words you see, like whatever. So I was like, do I want to do this? Because if it's dumb, like, I'm gonna be upset. So I looked, and it was like word after word after word, and all the words that came to me. So I got connections, change, alignment, purpose. And you know how sometimes like you see a word, but you take like your eye off it real quick because you think like, no, I don't want to see that word. So it wasn't even like that. Like legit, like word after word after word after word, and I was like, I like these words. And not so much because, you know, like they sound good, I guess you could say, but because they held a greater meaning for me, knowing what I was about to walk into in 2021. Like I knew I was going to take the course. So I knew connections off the bat meant something. I knew that change, whether it has to do with my brands or with my life in general, I knew change is coming. Change is the only constant thing in life. Change is the only constant thing in life, right? Anyway, alignment, like alignment with other people, alignment with my purpose, alignment with you guys. Because without you guys, I have no brand. Like y'all make the brand. This is why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this for me. Your purpose is not for you. It's connected to others. I'm a bit of a bird. If you haven't noticed that yet, I'm sorry. It's time to widen the perspective. So many times I feel like, and this goes back to Black Women Rising, we put ourselves in a box. Yes, history has it, and history has made it so that we confine ourselves. However, technology is advancing, the times have changed somewhat. And I feel like a lot of times we box ourselves in, right? I'm a nurse. I'm a full-time nurse. I work 12 hour shifts, right? 40-hour weeks. You might say, oh, it's only 30, 40-hour weeks. And for me to be doing all this, it takes effort, it takes energy, it takes me stepping out of my comfort zone, stepping outside the box, stepping out of everything that I know to do this, because I'm trying to widen my perspective. Like, all right, Ash, like you want multiple streams of income, you want X, Y, and Z, and you have these visions and the purpose, and you gotta widen your perspective because it's not gonna come out of this box. So the season of change, we already spoke about that. Relationships with my sisters, with the women that I'm meeting, with new people who align with my vision and my purpose for life, relationships, and changing the narrative. And I just said that, like, sometimes your career isn't it. I've had countless people like, oh, Ash, what are you about to do? Are you about to go back to school? Are you going to go to MP school? Are you going to do this? And I'm just like, I'm going to need you to leave me alone. Stop asking me all these damn questions. It's annoying. Like, and I get it, because that's what we're wired to do. It's the narrative. It's what we know. I want to change that. Like, get out my face, bro. Anyway, so a part of my brand and a part of what I'm trying to do this year, not what I'm trying to do, what will happen this year, is publishing a book. So I have a couple things lined up, but it's definitely gonna happen. And with this course that I'm taking, I think that I have the perfect building blocks to help me do that. So it says publish your book, comma, and then the sticker says, don't be afraid to fail, be afraid not to try. And when I saw the sticker, like, I chuckled and I was like, you know what? Excuse me. This is perfect. Like, so many times we hold ourselves back from doing stuff because, oh my God, and like, what if I do it and I fail, and the fear of rejection and the fear of failure and all these fears, and it's like, but did you die? Like, it's okay, right? And for so long, I allowed the fear of rejection, not so much failure, but I'm gonna do bloopers because I need y'all to understand what happens when I make these videos. Anyway, so I allowed the fear of rejection for so long, like even me doing this, like thinking, oh my God, people are gonna laugh at me, like I have bloopers and I'm stuttering, and for so long to hold me back from doing things. And when you finally do it, you're like, but this is all it took. Like, it's really not that bad, right? So it's gonna happen. Mark my words. You can hold me accountable. Between March and I want to say June of this year, I will publish something. I'm not gonna tell you what yet, but it will be published. So she is me. And I don't know, when I saw this, she spoke to me. I was like, yes, this is it. Like, Coke. So Ashley Renee has an alter ego and her name is Coco. If y'all don't know, welcome. So I posted Coco here and Coco's queening over here. And it says life is good, because it is. Corona did a number on all of us in some way, shape, or form, whether it was physical, whether it had to do with our relationships, whether it had to do with our jobs, with both of ends of the spectrum, because I kept my job throughout the whole COVID season. Not kept, I mean, like, I had a job. And you know, like, there's some people who lost their jobs. There are people who worked for companies for 30 years that just were nothing. Like, they came out last man standing kind of thing, because, you know, it's like, it's so uncertain. Like, what do I do now? Like right? And I think that a lot has happened in the past year. But me personally, I can't speak on everyone else, but personally, life is good. It's uncertain, but it's still good. It's uncertain, but I still have life. I still have my family members. I still have a job that pays me so I can pay off my bills, to pay off these student loans, to buy the nicer things in life, right? So all in all, life is good. And then it reads, because it's a system. It says your dreams start here because you're a boss. You are driven, confident, and strong. You want to be your own goals. You're bolder than ever because you're worth it. You're a leader that shines. You're going to treat yourself because you're worth it. And treating myself, when I put it on a board, like, I wanted a whole self-care section. I usually do that, like self-care, travel, everything that encompasses rest and relaxation. And I couldn't find anything this year. Like, the magazines, and I'm not buying magazines. I refuse to buy an $8, $5, $7.99, $11 mag. I'm not doing it. So I used what I had, and I couldn't find anything that really said like self-care. So when I saw treat yourself, I was like, but this is treating myself. Self-care, I think so many times we only think of self-care when it has to do with doing your nails, like doing your nails or getting a pedicure, getting a massage, taking trips. And self-care is so much more than that. It's reading, it's praying, it's taking care of the mind, it's working out, it's all these different things that contribute to the greater self. And so when I saw treat yourself, I'm like, because you're worth it. Like, treat yourself, and whatever that may mean to you. So, and then the last but not least, it says live life on purpose. Live your best life on purpose. Best is important. And these little tiny ones say inspiration, motivation, celebration. And I was gonna cut it off when I first saw it, and I'm like, no, leave it. It spoke to me. It means a lot. Like, I want to inspire, I want to motivate others, and I want to celebrate life. So here we have, I'm gonna go up. Did you up? I'm gonna go down and up and come back down. So faith was a big one for me. As you can see, it's in big, bold, iridescent letter. Thank you, Brie, for the letters. She pointed it out. I don't really like it because I thought it was just silver when I saw it. I wear glasses, if you don't know. And I was like, I don't know. Like, my border's green. Like, that's silver. I'm not feeling it. Anyway, but it's cute. So I wrote faith in big block letters. One, because I couldn't find a word. Two, because I didn't want to use these letters. And in a nutshell, faith is the reason I'm here. Having faith, being obedient, believing that God can and He will is basically my whole existence, right? Having faith that things will happen and there will be curveballs throughout life, but as long as you pray about it, as long as you trust that when you pray, He will deliver, that's what faith is. Manifest. I think that's everybody's word for this year. Like, everybody's like, no, manifestations. And for me, it's more so than just speaking on it, it's acting on it. Like, I have faith that God will work if I continue to pray to Him and let Him know my heart's desires and my concerns, and pray about what I think, or not even what I think, but praying to Him about what my purpose is in life is important. And if I do all those things, then I will manifest the vision and I will manifest those goals, and my purpose in life will be manifested. Romans 8:28, I feel like I'm about to butcher this, says, and God will work for the good of those who love Him and those who are called according to His purpose. Look it up, sis. I'm not the Bible. When I put this on my vision board, I was skeptical because I didn't want to put it on here and use it or think about it with the wrong context in mind, if that makes sense. So I read like pretty much a synopsis of really what the verse means. And I read the whole chapter. I read Romans 8. She's a little slow right now. And just to make sure that I understood what it meant, because I personally like the scripture, because it talks about purpose and it talks about basically believing in God, and he'll reveal His purpose for your life. So I personally like that scripture. And when I read the synopsis, it basically broke it down and said, it's not that God is favoring you because you're good. It's not that He's not favoring somebody else because they're not classified as being good. It's not that He's only going to reveal your purpose to you because you're a good person, or that only good things will happen to you. It's that when you have faith and you believe in Him and you believe that He can and He will, right? He's going to work for the good in your life. So He will continuously work for your good, but it doesn't mean that bad things won't happen. It doesn't mean that you're not gonna have curveballs, because I've had some curveballs in life, and let me tell you, sis was shook. There were some times when I was like, okay, life's just gonna end, and it is what it is. But things will happen. If it's one thing that I learned in life, is that I'm not invincible from bad things, horrible things, just crappy things happening. It's right? But when I read the scripture, it's like, don't focus on the bad things that are happening. Focus on the faith that you have in God, so that He will deliver the good things to you, and He will deliver not so much good things, but things for your good and your benefit. Things that, benefit your life, so that you can benefit others, really. Because remember, purpose is not for you. Purpose is for the benefit of others. So He will give you all them good things, and He will plant the visions and, all them things. You see my hand in there? He will plant all them things in your life for the benefit of other people. It's not about you, sis. Like, it's not. This here is what I consider part of my purpose. Me being here with a ring light in my face and I'd rather be in bed typing up to post a blog post. But as I said, I believe that this is a part of my purpose, the brand. Okay. Where was I? And healing. So I saw about 3 different, I'm about to say posts, 3 different what do you call it, sayings in a magazine, like phrases, whatever. And they kept, like, one was, it's time to heal. This one says healing at all costs. And there was something else, I forgot the third one. And after I saw, like, the first one, I was like, huh, and I cut it out. And I saw this one and I cut it out. And I was like, if I don't put one of these on my board, so I put this one and I put it in the faith section because I feel like God will allow me I don't even know what the word is, but he will allow me to heal, basically, right? So many times we hold on to past events and people who did us wrong or things that happened, and we blame God for it, or we blame the person for it, and we don't allow ourselves to just be okay, to just heal. And another reason why I said healing is because I was watching somebody's post the other day, and she basically said she's watching a TikTok video about, I think, a therapist who basically posts like gems in 45 seconds. And she tagged it in the video, and girl, she was like, yeah, basically, like, you want somebody to love you so bad because you haven't healed from the nurturing and, well, the lack of nurture and the lack of affection that you never got from your parents. And I was like, wow. Like, I know these things because I've done a little work, by myself, for myself. But when she said it, I was like, it's so true though. And I honestly believe that I used to do that. Like, yearning for comfort and yearning for other people to pay me attention because of what I believe I didn't get some years back. And I was like, you know what? A lot of grown-ups don't go through the healing process. And that's how you get about broken families, broken, what do you call it? What you call them, people's parent-child relationships? A lot of those things come about because people don't heal, and they don't take the time out to acknowledge the fact that they need to heal, or they have problems that they need to fix. I personally haven't gone through therapy, but I would, and I'm thinking about it. I really am thinking about it because I don't think everybody needs therapy, but I think that it's beneficial, and it will reveal to you things that like you never thought of, or you never linked the two together. Like, so many people go through life feeling unworthy and think that a spouse or significant other is gonna come through and save them like Prince Charming. Baby girl, you are not Cinderella. It don't work like that. You needs to heal. But whatever. I put here, create the everyday getaway, and I put a house next to it. Simply because I think I'm 27, about to be 28, and I think for me this year, I'm all about creating my own safe space, my own getaway, somewhere where I can call home. I mean, obviously, like, this is home, and God forbid the parents watch this and think like, oh, so she don't think this is home. I live in the basement. I'm in the basement apartment, so this is home, yes, but I want my own. Like, your girl is 27. Like, it's time to, like, cut the cord. But I think that so many times we try to run away from home. Saying that because a lot of times we take the vacation, we take the thing to get away. And it's true, like, I'm planning a girl's getaway for my birthday weekend. But, like, what am I getting away from? Reality, like, from working, from being stressed out, from my home environment. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you need change. Sometimes you need, like, different atmospheres. But I'm saying, like, right now, this is my sanctuary. I don't like people in my space. I don't like, unless you know me, you don't need to be here kind of thing. Because people can bring so much different things into your space. Negative energies, they can bring bad vibes. Like, you don't want that. So for me, the everyday getaway is creating a space that is mine, that I can call home, that I protect, that I am in charge of, because that's important. That your space feeds who you are, right? I mean, it don't matter. Sally needs to get 10K from me this year because loans are real and they're not going anywhere unless Biden's plan work. But and so yeah, as much as it says get your money right, as much as I plan to get my money right, like when it comes on to income and multiple streams and whatever the case may be, paying off my loans is a biggie for me. Like, it needs to happen. I already set up my Chase autosave goals, so every 2 weeks when I get paid, I drop a chunk in there, and it's strategic. This is a specific amount to get to 10K by December 31st of this year. Saving is gonna happen. Let me take that back. Saving is already happening, but it's gonna continue. Yeah. Health is important to me. I wanted to say health as wealth, but I couldn't find as wealth. Wasn't gonna cut up the words. So health. I do believe health is wealth though. If you're not mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally healthy, you ain't going nowhere, sis. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm just saying I acknowledge that health is a part of it. And I love sweets. So exercising regularly is a part of it. Because I love food. Food don't love me though. Hence the mom. You see my little cat? Hence the mom arms. It's sexy arms now. Like, can't nobody tell me nothing. I don't care what nobody want to say. I got sexy arms now, okay? No, I don't have kids, but I call them mom arms because they're nice and cuddly and soft and stuff. And we don't want that. Like, no. So, feel good inside and out. That's important. You can walk around here and eat all the sweets in the world and feel like a fat blob. Or you can mix it up and do everything in moderation and actually feel good. Right now, TMI, my gut has been a little iffy for a couple weeks now. And I'm like taking probiotics every day because something ain't right. And I need to change my diet up. So feeling good inside and out is important, right? I can look good on the outside and eat all the junk in the world, and God forbid I have cancer. Like, so you look good, but you're rotting inside? Come on. And then last but not least is love. So I intentionally last year left it off because I felt like I needed to work on me physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, me when it comes on to my dreams and what that meant for me. And as much as last year, I'm trying to burp and it's not coming out. As much as last year, the visions that I had manifested in different ways, like different ways. I think most, like 85% of my board last year, like I did what I had to do, right? So when it comes on to love, I left it off because I felt like I wanted to work on me before wanting to introduce someone else. Not saying that there is someone there, because there's not yet. But you know what I mean? Like, a big thing for me is being whole. Being whole without feeling like I need my other half. Because a lot of us really think it means half. No, you're not 50% of a person. You're a whole person. Like, you're a whole human. You need to be a whole human. You need to be whole by yourself before introducing somebody else into your space, because you introduce that person into your half a space and guess what? They're going to show up everything that you have going on. and you're half of, or as Jamaican people say, you're alpha, it not gonna work. It's gonna backfire. You're gonna end up resenting the person for coming in and exposing your flaws. But if you had known your flaws prior to getting into a relationship with them, you wouldn't be out here stressed out. That was a bit much. So when it comes on to love section, I am more open because I think that I haven't figured it all out, but I've done, and I've started to embrace the work that needs to be done, right? Introspection is real. Last year, I like the first 6 months of last year, I kept saying that like introspection is a real thing. There were things that were revealed to me that I was like, wow, I feel attacked right now. But I appreciated it because I can sit here now and say, you know what, I'm not perfect. Work still needs to be done, but I can acknowledge that, you know, like, I think I'm more open now. Not that I wasn't open before, but I'm at the point where I want to meet my person and I feel good about myself. I feel like it's time. I feel like, you know, before I was like damn, you know, a relationship would be nice, but now I'm just like, no, I think this is the year. Like, I'm ready, you know, like, added to the fact that baby fever is real, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day, sis. Let's not even do that. But I'm ready. I think that, and with everything else that I have going on, I personally believe that if I'm in alignment with not so much my brand, but if I'm in alignment with my purpose, I think that if I heal and I pray and I have faith in God, that I will meet my person and it will happen. So that's it in a nutshell, even though the nutshell was kind of long because we're going on 31 minutes and I need to end this video now. This is basically what I'm manifesting for this year. So I think that, I don't know, I'm excited. I'm ready to see what's gonna happen because I feel like there's some things that are gonna surprise me along the way, and I'm just here for all of it, to be honest. Whatever it is, I'm here for it. In Jesus' name, amen. So thank you for sitting with me through this long ass video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can relate to some of the things. Let me know if this was inspiring at all, motivated you. If you feel like, you know, like, share with me. I want to hear about yours. If you did one, if you didn't do one, why you didn't do one. Let's have a conversation around it. And what was I gonna say just now? Wow, bloopers. So thank you guys for watching. Please go and check out the blog, ownyourouthenticity.com. Please like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe here as well. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see more of. And I will be back with you guys on Monday. Thank you for watching. Bye.